Wow. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. And all right, so in today's live workshop, I'm just going to be going over 10 ways to boost your blog traffic using Pinterest. And if you are watching me for the very first time, welcome. My name is Adiola, and I help beginner bloggers to grow their audience and to also monetize their blog. So if that sounds like something that you are looking for, welcome, and you are in the right place. All right, so for those that are watching me live, and even if you are going to be watching this on a replay, you can just do me a quick favor, which will be just to click on the share button to share this workshop out on your timeline. And also you can just click on the wow button so that I know that you are here engaging with me live. All right, so let's get right into the content. Now, like I said, today's workshop will be about how to grow your blog traffic. Now, this is a very popular question that I get asked often by bloggers, especially beginner bloggers in general, because you have a blog, you have an awesome blog, you have a great message, and you spend a lot of time on it, and you're just wondering, okay, so how can I grow this thing, right? Like, how do I get more people coming to my website on their own without me chasing after them? And how can I grow my blog traffic? All right, so today, as you can see, I'm going to be showing you how to get your first 100,000 Pinterest monthly page views, and that's going to spill over to your blog. All right, so now who am I and why am I sitting here right in front of your computer or cell phone or whatever it is that you are watching this live broadcast from? All right, so like I said, my name is Adiola, and I actually started out, with my hair blog, and I started out about 6 years ago or so. And so I know what it's like to be a complete newbie and a beginner and to not know so much about, how to grow one's audience. So everything that I'm gonna share with you tonight will be based on everything that I've actually used and practiced and tested out and tried out with my own personal page. And I'm also going to be sharing some screen captures with you just so you can see that it is indeed possible. All right, so as usual, we can just get rid of any distraction. Now, if you are actually watching this webinar from your cell phone, then then it doesn't make sense to turn it off. But yeah, we can just get rid of every distraction so that you can actually learn the most out of tonight's workshop. All right, so later on, I'm going to be sharing how to get some free awesome stuff from me. So you want to make sure that you stick around until the very end. Okay, so now some quick getting to know you questions here, right? Now, so tell me in the chat, right? Tell me in the chat if you want to learn how to get your ideal audience, right? Not just anybody, but your ideal audience coming to your blog every single day without you spending so much time and effort getting them to come to your blog. Now, if that's you, just type me in the comment section. Next question. Have you ever wanted to drive hundreds of people to your blog on a daily basis, right? Hundreds of people to your blog on a daily basis. And by this, I mean your ideal audience, so not just anybody, right? Now, final question, right? Why haven't you been able to grow your blog to the level that you want it to be, right? So it could be maybe, 200 page views per day, 100 page views per day, or whatnot, right? So what's standing in the way, right? What's standing in the way? All right, so let's see. So now tell me, right? Again, more getting to know you Q&A session here, right? Now tell me if this sounds like you, right? So you want to be able to drive traffic to your blog without spending every single day, all day long on social media, right? So meaning you want people to actually come to your blog on their own without you physically chasing after them. Okay? Now, again, tell me if this sounds like you, right? So you've tried posting on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, Snapchat, you know, pretty much as many social media platforms as possible, right? But nothing is working, right? So again, tell me in the chat. Now, you wish you could just have at least, for now, right? At least 100 people, 100 ideal readers visit your website on a daily basis. Just 100, that's what you're looking for, right? So again, just tell me in the chat. All right, so today, let me just quickly go over what you're going to be learning today, right? So today, number one, I'm going to be sharing, the main reason why you are struggling to grow your blog traffic. And then next, I'm going to be sharing, practical ways and how to set up and optimize your Pinterest profile so that you can drive maximum traffic to your website. And then I'm going to be showing you how to do some basic SEO work, so search engine optimization work on your profile so that you can continue to drive consistent traffic to your blog. And then the main part of tonight's session will be the 10 key areas that you need to optimize on your Pinterest profile in order to get your first 100,000 monthly page views on Pinterest. Okay, so before we dive right into today's content, though, I just wanted to quickly share, my story and how I got here and how I got to learn everything that I'm about to share with you this evening. All right, so 6 years ago, I started my hair blog, and like any other beginner blogger, I struggled to grow my blog traffic, right? So maybe you can relate with some of my struggles, right? So I spent a lot of time on the internet trying to learn all about SEO and how to grow your blog traffic and page views, right? So I did everything possible. Like I did, like I opened a lot of social media pages, right? So I can drive traffic, because back then you can actually drive traffic with your Facebook page. And I spent hours trying to grow my blog and be seen as an authority. So I did guest posting, like I would spend hours and hours researching and writing blog posts for other people's blogs just so I can drive traffic to my own blog. And so eventually I got to a point where I was like, you know what, this is frustrating, right? And let me just give this Pinterest thing a try already. So I went on my Pinterest profile and I did, one thing that I usually do with clients when I audit their Pinterest profile, I pretty much cleaned up my profile. So I'm going to be sharing the 10 things that I did, to clean up my profile and be able to, generate more traffic to my blog. So the main thing that I did then was that I just went to my Google Analytics and I went through and I just try to find, the top 10 posts that were doing very well then. And so what I did was I just simply converted them into pin-worthy images, right? So an example is this pin right here, right? And so after like I would say like after like a few weeks, because back then like I just created a bunch of pins and then I uploaded them on Pinterest and I just sort of forgot about them, right? And so what I noticed after a few weeks was that I just noticed that, like without doing extra work, right? I noticed that, my blog traffic was growing like at a significant rate, right? And so for me, this just changed everything. Like this changed the whole blog traffic game for me, right? So now I want you to just imagine the feeling of putting in the work up front and reaping the benefits for many months and years later, right? So now just imagine spending a few hours now optimizing your Pinterest profile, and then next year and the year after that you still continue to reap the benefit of the work that you put in today, right? Just imagine that feeling, right? Because I know like it can be a little bit hard to imagine that, especially if you are used to platforms such as Instagram, where you always have to consistently curate and create stuff, right? So just imagine that. Okay, so where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start? So number one, like I said, I'm just gonna be sharing, the main reason why you are struggling to grow your blog traffic, and I actually had the same struggle as well, right? So number one is that you actually need to know exactly who you are targeting, right? So who is your audience, and also how do you solve their problem, or how do you plan to solve their problem, right? Because your readers are always looking for solution to their problem, and when they come on your blog, they want to be able to find, the solutions that they are looking for. And then afterwards, right, now that you know who your audience is, the next step will be to brand yourself on Pinterest, right? So that you can stand out among the crowd. Okay, so the next thing we are going to be talking about, which will be tonight's main session, will be 10 key success factors for becoming successful on Pinterest, right? So 10 ways that you can drive traffic to your blog using Pinterest. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do will be to optimize your profile picture, right? So for me, so so I did a quick live video about a couple weeks back where I shared 3 different types of profile pictures you can use on your Pinterest profile. So one of them, so for me, I prefer like a personal picture of yourself. So that your ideal audience will know that a real human being is behind the whole page, right? But then if you have a product that you want to promote, so for me, for the hair site, I'm actually promoting my t-shirt, right? So my profile picture on Pinterest is just a picture of my t-shirt, and sometimes what I would do is, every few weeks or so, I will go in and then I will change up the the pictures. Okay, so the next thing that you want to optimize will be your profile name, right? So you're gonna notice one thing with my hair profile, right? So so for me, for the hair niche, so I'm actually in the natural hair niche, right? So as you can see from my profile name, I have my website name, which is Poison Glory, and then in brackets I have natural hair tips for natural hair growth and moisture retention, right? Because those are the 2 main topics that I talk about: natural hair growth and moisture retention, right? So again, you want to make sure that your profile name will have keywords that your ideal audience will be searching for. So again, I did a quick live video to to show you how to find those keywords on Pinterest. And then the next thing will be also your profile description, right? Because when somebody comes on your profile, they want to see, okay, what's in it for me, right? And so for my profile description, I actually promote my freebie, right? Because I have a free download on my website, right? So I usually promote that in my profile description, right? So your profile description could be a summary of what you do, or if you offer product, you can have a summary of your product and why somebody should buy from you, or if you have a freebie on your website, because people love free stuff, right? So you can actually advertise and promote your freebie and your profile description. Okay, so number 4 will be that you want to make sure that, obviously you get a Pinterest business account, right? Because this is what's going to give you analytics, right? So that, you can see what's working, what's not working, and how can you double down on your efforts and what's working so that you can continue to scale more, right? Now, it's very easy to get a Pinterest business profile. All right, so the next thing you want to optimize will be your board names, right? So I took a screen capture of my board, right? So as you can see that it has keywords that my audience will be searching for. And usually the thing about my board names is that once in a while I'll go in and then I will would update them, right? Or sometimes I will create new boards based on keywords that I discover on Pinterest, right? So as you can see, I have a board for natural hair products. I have a board for crochet braids and hairstyles. I have a board for natural hair tips for beginners, transitioning, natural hair regimen, natural hair hacks, right? So I have boards, based on what my ideal audience are actually typing into search engine. All right. So let me just take a quick water break here, right? Let me take a quick water break and see. So who feels like this is all coming together? Just type it in the chat section. So who feels like this is all coming together? All right, let's continue. Okay, so the sixth thing that you want to do will be your board description. All right. So again, your board description, you want to make sure that again it is, it has SEO keywords, so search engine optimized keywords, right? So that, for example, when somebody clicks on a particular board, so let's say, for example, they click on natural hair products, right? They're going to see, okay, so what kind of natural hair products do you recommend, and why should I follow this particular board, or why should I follow your profile in general? All right, so the next thing, and which this is actually really key, right? Like, if there's anything that you need to take home with you, right, will be number 7, right? Which is that you want to make sure that you have Pinterest optimized images, right? Because this is the fastest way to actually go viral on Pinterest, right? And not only that, you also want to make sure that your pins are beautiful and eye-catching images. Now, I'm going to share 2 reasons for you, right? Number 1 is that the size has to be long vertical images, such as what you are looking at right now, right? And the reason for that is that you want to make sure that your pin passes Pinterest algorithm, right? Because when Pinterest sees that pin, it goes, okay, this can go through, right? And we can recommend your pin to people who are searching for similar keywords in your niche. Now, the second tip, right, is to have pins that are beautiful and eye-catching. And I love to use the word click-worthy, right? Because now that Pinterest is showing your pin to your ideal audience, now you actually want them to click on those pins so that they can actually go to your, to your website, or they can save that pin to a particular board or a group board, or like a community or whatnot, and then members of the group board or people who are following those boards can see those pins and then hopefully click on them to follow you, right? So the first step, which is to have long vertical images, it's solely for Pinterest bots, right? uh, Technology, right? Now the second tip is for a human, right? Because Pinterest is gonna show your pins, but now, okay, we need actual human to click on those pins to go read our blog and hopefully take us up on our offer, right? So that's why you need 2 key themes for every single pin that you pin on Pinterest, right? Number 1, the size has to be long vertical images, and I love to use Canva. So Canva actually has 2 templates for Pinterest, right? So for this particular pin, I use Canva for it, and and I just, based on templates on what I saw on Pinterest, I created my own. Okay. Number 8. Number 8 will be your pin description. Your pin description. So right now you are looking at 3 numbers: impressions, saves, and clicks, right? So so Pinterest actually gives 1 extra analytics, right? and that's something you can only see backstage. So once you log into your account, right? So it's going to show you the impression, close-ups, saves, and clicks. So what's going to happen is that, so for example, for this particular pin, right, in the past 30 days, 6,000 people have seen this pin. They just saw it on their Pinterest smart feed, right? 6,000 people saw it. Now, 10 people saved this pin to their boards, group boards, or whatnot. And 190 people clicked on it, right? So you're wondering, whoa, what's going on, right? Only 10 people saved, but for some reason, 190 people clicked on it. Like, how is that even possible? Now, this is what happened, right? So 6,000 people, 6,000 people saw this pin, and what's going to happen is that they're going to click on that pin to see a close-up, right? Now, what they are actually looking at in the close-up is the pin description, right? Now, the pin description is it's what's going to entice them to click on that pin and to go to your blog, right? So for this particular screen capture, I didn't take like the close-up, right? Just so you can see how high the close-up is, right? So you always want to make sure that you get your impressions to be as high as possible, and that's going to be based on Pinterest. So Pinterest will do that part for you, right? But you want to make sure obviously that the size of your images passes Pinterest algorithm, so that Pinterest can show your pin organically to people in your niche. And also you will also want to get the saves as high as possible, because saves mean somebody saves it to their board, and if somebody is following in that board, they are going to see it, right? And so that's going to add to your impressions, right? And then eventually, based on whatever title you have on the pin, and based on the pin description, then they would want to click on it. Okay, so now let's go to the next point. Number 9 is pinning frequency. Now, how often do you pin? Now, for me, personally, I don't pin as many times as you are, as most people will tell you to pin, right? Because when you are actually reading Pinterest tips, like, you're gonna get people tell you, oh, you need to pin, 50 times per day, right? Or you need to pin 70 times per day. For me personally, I usually pin anywhere between 5 times to maximum maybe 13 times per day. Sometimes I would increase that frequency, sometimes I would decrease the frequency. It all depends on what I'm working on, right? So for example, let's say I have a webinar coming up, or I have a new blog post, or I have an offer, or I want to grow my email list, or I want to boost my blog traffic, right? And so that's when I would pin a lot more. But let's say, like, I just want to slow things down a bit because I'm working on a few things, and so I don't have the time to be able to manage so much audience, and so that's when I would actually decrease my pinning frequency, right? So it all depends on what you are looking for. So personally, for me, I don't pin more than 10 or about 10 times per day, right? And because for me, I believe that once you figure out how Pinterest works, you can actually get away with pinning once per day, right? Because for me, when I started out on Pinterest, I was only pinning like maybe a couple times per week. Like, I wasn't even pinning every single day. Still, I had a surge of traffic to my blog, right? Because the thing is, you want to make sure that you pin high quality images, right? Because let's say the pins that you're pinning aren't optimized for Pinterest, or they aren't beautiful, they aren't click-worthy, then it doesn't really matter how many times per day you pin, you're not gonna get any results, right? So you want to make sure that you pin high quality stuff, and that could be, for you, it could be just once per day for now, or it could be 2 times or 3 times. Okay, So the next tip, right? The next and the final tip will be, just to summarize everything and just to bring everything home, right? Is that you want to make sure that your Pinterest profile speaks to a specific audience. So let's say you are a fashion blogger, or you are a travel blogger, or you have a lifestyle blog, or you write for um, new mothers or whatnot, right? You want to make sure that when somebody comes on your profile, they know, okay, this profile is for me, let me follow it, or this profile is not for me, right? So you don't want to confuse anybody, right? So that's why I took a screen capture of my profile here just to show you. So when somebody comes on my profile, they're gonna know right away, okay, this is a natural hair profile, right? And so let me follow them, right? So, oops. So yeah, so you want to make sure that your profile is very clear, nothing confusing here. All right, so wrapping everything up. So let's quickly review why you are here today. Okay, so you're probably here today because you want to be able to drive consistent traffic to your blog without spending so much time and effort doing it. And this is one thing I love about Pinterest, because for me, I'm all about passive. Anything passive, right? Although, yeah, passive, you need to put in the work up front, right? Now, compare that to Instagram or Facebook, where you always have to be active, coming up with new content, hashtags, researching, making sure that your feed looks great, it looks beautiful. With Pinterest, like, you just need to put in the work up front, and then you can spend more time crafting quality blog posts. All right, so now is your time, right? So I'm going to share ways that you can continue to, rapidly boost your blog traffic. Now, it's time for you to get serious with your blog traffic, right? With the guidance of a step-by-step system. Now, I'm going to share that with you very shortly. So one thing I need you to remember is that nothing I've shared with you today is, theory or ideas, but these are all things that I've done personally myself to get results. And that's why I share those screen captures with you. And also remember that I don't have any special advantages or skills or anything, because I started from the bottom as well, right? So just to let you know that if I can do it in a very competitive niche, in a very big and popular niche, then trust me, you can do it as well. Okay, so I'm going to quickly introduce you to the Pinterest um, overflow course. So it's a 4-week program, and it actually going to start in 2 weeks, so November 12th. And this is a program where we are going to be diving more into Pinterest. So I'm going to be going backstage to show you how to set up your profile, how to do keyword research, how to read your Pinterest analytics, so that you can continue to double down on your efforts to scale down. And I posted the link to the page, to the sales page in the comments, so you can click on it to read more about it. So this program right now, it is on for pre-sale for only $97 right now. And obviously, when I relaunch the program, I usually increase the price a little bit more, because I usually add more quality content to my stuff. But you are gonna get lifetime access to this program. So meaning any updates that I add to it, you are gonna get access to it for only $97. So, and like I said, it's a 4-week program, and it has 5 modules, and it includes some awesome bonuses. So it includes 3 bonuses. So one bonus will be 20 blog post topics, right? Because another question that I get asked is, okay, what do I write about, right? What do I write about? So I have a template. It's gonna, have 20 blog post topics that you can write, to get lots of traffic to your blog. And this program also includes 4 weekly Q&A sessions, so 4 weekly live Q&A sessions. And you're also gonna get a workbook with this program as well. So like I said, the link, I posted the link in the comment section, so you can just click on it and read more about the program and who it's for and why you should sign up for the program. All right, so for those that are watching, on the replay, if you have any question, just type it in the comment section and I will be back to answer this question. So once again, thank you for joining me live this evening to learn all about, the 10 ways to drive traffic to your blog, and I will see you in the next live video. All right, bye-bye and take care.